Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day so far, or already had a good day. I'm kind of in the middle of thinking what to draw here. You, you caught me at an awkward moment. I have a few ideas, and I was thinking maybe you guys also have some ideas or something you would like to draw. So I was looking through my sketchbook, and I kind of like these little, I don't know, villas or houses. Hola, Schmelikopter. Hey, Foul Rain. No worries, I'm just browsing the art channels. Yeah, I was doing the same yesterday, the whole evening. Don't know, it's kind of was just a chill evening when we looked through different Twitch channels, and like there is apparently this thing called Twitch Sings, when people sing along karaoke songs by themselves or together, like but streaming. And some of them are really good, but some of them are just, I guess, having fun, and it's hilarious to watch. Anyway, I was thinking maybe to draw like a potion maker shop, maybe with interior as well or something like that. Don't know. But let's just, I guess, start sketching something and see what happens. I will hide these references on the side because we don't need any. That would be awesome. You mean? Oh, thank you for following. I mean, that would be awesome to draw a potion maker's hat. Let's write it down here then. An apothecary. Yeah, that's a good one actually. Old apothecaries look really cool. Let's get some references. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's gonna be maybe pain in the butt to draw, but that's definitely really cool look. Maybe something like that. Yeah, sounds good. Then I guess let's just sketch some ideas and see how it goes. Let me know if the music is too loud, because I'm kind of constantly playing around with it. Let's leave this a little bit in the corner. Do you intend to draw the outside of the structure or inside? That's it. I'm kind of interested in both. I really like this kind of, exterior shots, and like maybe stuff like this, or I don't know, like this kind of stuff. But on the other hand, interiors, I also had a few interiors here and there. They're also really cool because inside, like especially in the shops and all that stuff, like you can see a lot of details and a lot of the character and all that stuff. So let's see how it goes, but I think it will be maybe a little bit longer stream today, and maybe I can do both. So I guess usually I start with just like silhouette of it. So maybe like a first I think usually from the front. Hey, very nice sketchbook. Thank you, Fireran. Sorry I'm butchering your name. It's probably Fairrain. Fairrain? Fairrain. We can think through different options, you know, like it looks like a lot of these stores would have like one entrance and then these two big windows on the sides. Something like that. But this is just kind of planning around what we're gonna do with it. They can be like very interestingly decorated, I guess, these things. It also depends on the style in which like kind of time period where we want to place it. I guess it will be classical medieval time. That's good enough. Everyone pronounces it differently. To make it easier, you can just call me Faye. Okay, Faye. That sounds easy enough to pronounce. Are you also drawing? Do you do art as well? I guess you do, or at least interested in it, because otherwise you wouldn't browse the Twitch art channels. I don't know, maybe let's just put a roof on it to have some sort of ending to this madness. Hey, Musgan. Good morning. Potionmaker's hut. Yeah, kind of like an old apothecary. Yeah, the left part of the screen is a little overloaded now. Fair says, yeah, but not for a while now. Kind of in a blog, so I just watch other artists draw for now. Yeah, those blocks, they come and go. I kind of was also in the blog a couple of years back, and it was really I don't know, really annoying, because like I wanted to draw but kind of didn't know what to draw. And when I would draw, like it's happening with me with digital stuff, you know. I got myself an iPad recently and I was really happy to have it, and I'm drawing a lot on it, but the stuff that turns out doesn't look like what I want to, and it's kind of really discouraging. But at the end of the day, you know, doing anything is better than not doing anything. But I don't know, sometimes you just need some time off to find your motivation again and find out why you want to do this. And if it brings you joy and fun, then that's kind of the most important part of it. Let's have a second entrance on this side, maybe like an elevated one. I don't know why would there be an entrance on the side, but maybe it's a entrance into the living area and this is just the shop. We can add a balcony here. Good morning, student T. Finally woke up in time. Hey, Thank you for hosting. Welcome to the stream. You finally made it. I did draw a carrot forest. I have on your stream. I didn't finish it yet, but I can show you here in the corner. That's what I was working on while watching your stream last Tuesday, but I want to finish it up before I post it anywhere. That was a fun idea with the carrot forest that you had. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Studio NT here, she's also streaming and drawing, and you should go and check her out someday and follow her on Instagram and all that stuff. I don't think I have art is fun. Yeah, I don't think I have this setup where I can actually do the shout outs. Is it? Do you know if it's default in Streamlabs to do this, like SO and then nickname? Maybe there is another kind of a tower here. Don't know what that is. Jesus. I wasn't sure if I want to do like a square tower, or now it's an octagonal tower, I guess. Don't remember if it's default or not. Let's try it out. Wait. Let's go. Wait, what's happening? Where am I? Oh, Jesus. Hey, good morning, Celeste. I hear folk, not chanson. Yeah, I added a little bit more music. I will be muted on everywhere because it's copyrighted, but maybe it will be just fine. Okay, give me a second. I want to check here then the commands. Default. No, it doesn't seem that. Alright, doesn't matter. I will do it off stream then. Let's see what other apothecaries we have here. Okay, hold, maybe just hold apothecary without shop. Oh, then it shows all these wonderful bottles and stuff. Yeah, so here I'm just kind of trying to come up with an interesting shape, like an interesting silhouette of the house before we try to make it in perspective. It's kind of a mishmash of styles, which doesn't bother me at all. Should have at least one pipe, maybe chimney, maybe two. or 3. Click on this one. All right, I think that looks interesting enough. What do you guys think? Let's just go ahead with this one maybe. Yeah, for our new joiners, we're doing a Potionmaker's hut, or like an old apothecary pharmacy thing, and I think I will do it both in exterior and interior. I like this look with a horizon line being like with the view from the horizon line, kind of, when everything that stands is on the horizon is just flat, and then you have some extra lines. I did made myself a template for these vanishing points, which is basically, let me get it, if I have it, no. Okay, I lost it. But it's basically a piece of paper where you sit once, you take a ruler, and you make yourself like you make a straight line, and then you pick a vanishing point, and you do all these lines kind of out of it. I mean, you don't have to do it with a ruler, but whatever. And then you can take this piece of paper and just place it where you need the lines to be, you know, kind of like this. Like you can say, okay, here will be my horizon line on this painting, and here where the vanishing point will go. I mean, where the converging lines will go. So when you don't have this template anymore, you still have these little notches in the direction where you need to go, you know, so you can construct everything in perspective, even though you don't make a full grid. That's clever, thanks for the idea. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know, I'm really addicted to grids, I guess, in a way. So whenever I'm drawing, I'm not really to grids, but I really like to accurately construct stuff. And few of my previous streams, I was doing it with a ruler, and still sometimes I just, you know, like check if I'm horizontal or not, because it's annoying to change it later. But yeah, I really like having everything constructed well. So, but I'm trying to do it without the ruler recently. So I just say like, okay, maybe the vanishing point is, wait, I lost the eraser. All right, so I think maybe let's put vanishing points quite far for the scale. Also, let's bring the horizon line lower. Studio NT says, I have a little notebook where I collect all these awesome tips and ideas from streamers. This is going straight into it. That's great. I will be honored to be in that notebook. And then another tip for you. I think it's like a carpenter's method. If you want to draw a straight line on a piece of, I don't know, let's pick this one. If you want to draw a straight line, you can use the edges of the paper to help you. And I know that the carpenters often mark, you know, like you need to mark 1 centimeter or like a same amount from the border, and then you just put your finger or kind of any part of your hand on the side and just slide it along. So you might not get like the straightest line, but it will be same distance here and here, so you can make like a kind of frame for yourself or something like that. Yeah, but that's an easy one though. So Stilina says, wow, but what does it mean? So here I have a horizon line now, right? Then somewhere on this horizon line, further off the page, I will pick a vanishing point and just pretend to have those lines converge there. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to be, you know, like consistent enough to make sense. This might take a little bit of practice, and you can always use, oh, it was in context. sorry I missed that. There is a little delay between the stream and the chat, I think, so sometimes I get out of context. My bad. Yeah, so here for instance, I don't want to draw anything below horizon line. I want to use this kind of perspective, so I don't need the lines below the horizon. But above, I don't know, in my head the trick is to try to draw them parallel to each other, but with a little bit of tilt. Like rather than trying to calculate every time where is the vanishing point, just try to draw them parallel but a little bit off. And with this line, for instance, again, I just took the border of the page and put my hand there and just remembered that spot and tried to slide that spot without moving the arm much. So it's kind of horizontal to the side of the page. Sneaky tricks. I think I want to draw it from like this side. If we're drawing it kind of like from the corner a little bit, because from this side there will be this entrance in the middle, which is kind of stupid. That's what I think about that entrance. Who drew that? Jesus, so stupid. So I'm kind of just roughly putting the general shape of the house, like this big square, big middle part, then just kind of think, okay, it probably will go until here. And I'm just using the lines that I just drew to help me guide the perspective. So here will be the tower somewhere. The ellipses, I hate those. Kind of the only thing that I can say about ellipses, the further they go from horizon line, the more they open. So kind of like they from a flat line on the horizon, they become more and more circular towards the outskirts of the canvas. They're not, but this is stupid. These ellipses, they always suck no matter what I do. So then we have this. So this is kind of like a 2-story building, a 3 rather, or like 2 and the what is it, attic. So this will be like our entrance somewhere here. Then there is this side chamber that goes kind of like to the middle of the second floor with the roof. So kind of like until here maybe. I decided to tweak the proportions a little bit here. Like this here I have the second floor kind of bigger than the first floor, but I think I would rather have a first floor have higher ceilings, so I will just elevate this part a little bit. Kind of like that. It can have like these huge windows with window shaders. don't know what's the word. These, you know, cloth things that hang, not curtains, but outside curtains. You know what I mean? But this building can have a smaller first floor, so I mean this part of the building. So we can put the roof back down a little bit, bend it for character, because you know, if you want to add character to the house, instead of drawing it with a straight roof, just add this curve and bam, character. Studio NT says, I don't know what they are called in English either, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, great. That's the whole point. Just so we're clear what they are. There is also this little part behind. Maybe it's like a little, I don't know, little addition here, kind of. I don't know. That can be a mistake. Maybe not. Nah, that looks fine. We can even add like a door here, or kind of like a back door maybe. We'll see how this roof shapes out, but for now let's just leave it like that. All right, let's give this house a roof. Also, another thing that really helps me with drawing in perspective, you know, like when you're drawing from front view, you can kind of eyeball the middle point, but if this same thing is in perspective, then the middle point, like the center of it, won't be in the center of the shape because it's in perspective. So to find it, you just need to make diagonal lines from corner to corner of kind of any rectangular shape, and the center will be basically the middle point. So here as well, like you see that if you put it on the horizontal shape, like this this side is bigger than this, but that's in the middle. So basically here, oh clever, so basically here I want the top of the roof be in the middle, so I just put these diagonal lines from corner to corner and in my case all the vertical lines are just vertical because I don't have the extra vanishing point, so I just make a vertical line here, and this will be the middle, so I can do like this, for instance. And then again, whenever I want to finish this, the roof side, I need to remember to check it with the other side because it goes in perspective. But kind of that's kind of it. And of course you want to add characters, so you know, make the roof a little bit uneven. I think I'm just gonna keep my notebook in front of me for the rest of the stream. Don't think there will be many more wisdoms coming out of this stream, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we discover some art secrets. Right, so then we also have this nice 8-cornered tower in the back. So I'm thinking it should be visible from here because it would be cool to have it visible. That's basically the only reason. So I'm just gonna kind of put it maybe somewhere here. And since some sides are parallel to the sides of the wall of the main house, they will have to go to the same vanishing point. Wait. I got stuck for a second. Let's build first the square. Let's discover how to make octagonal shapes in perspective. First, make the square. Nope. Yeah, like this. Then what do? We basically need to divide it by 3 equal pieces. To do that, there is another trick, but it's a little bit complicated. Like if you have a square, then putting diagonal lines from corner to corner will give you a 45-degree corner and the center of the thing. If you put points from, basically you will, so when you find the center, you can put horizontal and vertical line to find the centers of the sides, and then if you connect those like this, you will have one angle like a 30-degree and another is like 60-degree. But what it also means is that you can duplicate them or triplicate, I think. So if you find the center of this thing, of this like section, you can make another line, and I think if you like continue this line, you will find some part of this square. Okay, I don't want to sorry, don't want to go too much into the construction because in this case it doesn't really matter, and I'm not sure if it's relevant, but it, you know what I will say, okay, that's a good thing to know. If you want, which basically follows the same idea, you know, if you want to duplicate the shape in perspective. Oh, thank you, Studio NT. So okay, if you want to replicate the shape, any rectangular shape in perspective or not perspective, doesn't matter, you find the center of it, and then from the corner you depending on the direction where you want to duplicate it, you put a straight line from the corner through this middle part out, and then continue this part, and then this will be like this. This will be equal to this one, you know. So, and it doesn't matter if it's in perspective or not, you know. If it goes in somewhere here and you have this shape here, you still do the diagonal lines from corner to corner. You find this middle point, which is this point going into the vanishing point, and then from corner through the middle, boom, and then these parts, they're equal, you know, just in perspective. So this stuff really helps if you want to have, you know, some, I don't know, 3 similar windows. Then you just make like one window, find the middle of it, put this in perspective. Maybe you want to have similar distances between the windows, and you just find this basically, yeah, you find all these lines here, you put these diagonals, find the middle, line through, line down, there is already a middle, line through, line down, there will be a second window, and then the same, line through, line down, line through, line down, there will be a third. So like this, theoretically, if I would draw this correctly, this will be like all equal shapes with equal distance between them. I think for a lot of people this stuff doesn't matter much, because it's kind of like, in general, in a lot of cases it doesn't matter in drawing if you do it super accurately or if like this window is bigger than the other one. But I kind of really like knowing these little tricks. Wait a second. Yeah, I don't know how to divide the thing in 3 parts easily. Okay, let's say we just kind of eyeball it here. This will be our lines down, then here as well, something like that, and then I guess that's it. Well, that was kind of easy. Constructing this octagonal shape was too easy for the amount of talking I did around it. Alright. It's weird, but let's connect these roofs maybe. I think it would just look a little bit more consistent. Maybe this roof is just overhanging that one a little bit. So here I wanted to have a balcony. Let's extrude it from the shape a little bit, like this, and make this kind of a door. Nice. I feel like this, I mean, here I can add some windows and stuff like that, or like a chimney sticking out, and another chimney here, of course, or maybe 2. The more chimneys, the better, I've heard. Like that's how you make your art interesting. Just add as many chimneys and stuff as you can. And now maybe there is another chimney here. If all the chimneys look different from each other, that's perfect. Studio NT says, I've never really learned how to draw things in perspective like this with the geometric methods. The little I have learned is by observing buildings and things in real life. That's the best way to learn, in my opinion. Well, not the best, one of the good ones. And then kind of almost understanding it a little bit, and then I just eyeball it while drawing. That's great. Like that's kind of the way. Oh. That's kind of the way you do it. I think I learned a lot while doing street sketches. I used to have like a street sketch Saturday when I would go out and draw something from looking at it, and I kind of learned a lot by just observing how everything is constructed. So these little tricks and methods is something mind-blowing and really cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to explain it to me. You're welcome, Studio NT. This is my pleasure, and I don't know, this is kind of my passion in a way as well, to find these little methods and kind of understand it. So I don't know, it's fun to share. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any more perspective related questions. Non-perspective related thing that I'm struggling with often is maintaining the what is it called, the scale. Oh, that was consistency. What? The scale. Because you know the door here and the door at the back, they roughly should be the same size, unless you know, like this is a goblin door and this is a giant door or something like that. And there is another trick to do that, is basically like translating this in perspective. So you have this height here, you say, okay, this is maybe the human goes in like this. Like then you can just move it in perspective down using the vanishing point or the guides that you drew. And then somewhere, you know, on this, it's kind of hard to see with this perspective, but maybe I'll put him to this side. So you put him in perspective, and then like this human will be this size up here, and he will get a spear, because why not? So the door in front of him will be like this height, and it also will follow the same stuff. So, you know, that helps a little bit, but if the shape is complicated, you know, like this is closer to us than this, then everything kind of gets messed up. Sharing knowledge is what brings us all together. That is true, and I think it's even more true than you think. I think from evolutionary point of view, like that time when we were finally able to just sit near the fire and tell stories, when we made fire as humans, I think that's the beginning of a real human civilization. But since I figured out where the center line here is, it's easy to place the window right in the center, because I know where it is, you know. And I think I need something here. Maybe I'll just extrude these blinds a little bit, as I started to do. Let's see. Exterior. Maybe a particular house. Let's Google the house. No, it's all interior. Okay, shop was a better suggestion from Faye. I think there were some exteriors as well. No? We definitely saw some. Maybe they're here. I don't know, I'm just browsing Pinterest now. Let's not get too deep into this hole. You can get lost there in all the references and stuff. So let's say I want to have a door here that is the same size than here. If you look from the top, this house is kind of like this, right? So I need to translate this door length kind of this way, and then like I want from door from here to here, I need to translate it alongside the horizon and then to the vanishing point. So I move it along until it meets the same point of kind of where it would be in front of this, you know, and then I move it, bring it down, bring it to the vanishing point. I hope it's not too messy to understand. And if you need multiple things and you don't care that much if they are the same, then just try to make them closer to each other than the further they get, and it will be close enough to reality to fake it. Fake it till you make it, you know, they say. Here I'm just randomly placing decorations on the house, basically. It needs a sign, I think. I mean, it has these huge windows, but how about a sign? Old apothecary shop. Ah, there it is. So this one has a sign kind of in front of it. I now just want to sit and draw houses all day. That's great. Means I did my job well. That's what I want to do all the time. I hope nothing will stop you from doing that, because houses are easy if you understand how they're built, and they're really rewarding because you can make them as crazy as you like, and they still will be realistic enough to look awesome, kind of. Every apothecary house needs a barrel, of course. Maybe there's like a shelf with herbs. What do you think? Something like that, and then could be these like different pots. Oh yeah, here there are a lot of little streets and where people don't really have gardens, like streets on the canals, for instance, where people don't have gardens, and then they put shitload of different pots and buckets and everything like that with the plants in front of the houses, and it looks great. Like, since they're all different shapes and sizes, some of them are like in the watering can, you know, some are just in the pot, and all together it looks great. There is actually a place for like a shield with a sign of some sorts. Don't know what it will be. Maybe we can come up with a name for the apothecary by the end of the stream. Ooh, yeah. But as you can see, they all have signs just like written here. If you want to see the references, you can type !refs, and then you will see the references board like this. You know, from the size of this house, it looks like he's doing good business. Yeah. Hey, Solar Fun. Yeah, it looks like it's a very wealthy potion maker. I guess, like, you know, there are these weird towers behind it, so maybe he's not only doing potions but also some, I don't know, astrology or observations of the skies. I don't know. Okay, let's add just a few more details here and there. Maybe there is like a balcony sticking out here. Another balcony, I know. Couldn't come up with anything more original. Ooh. Don't think that's the style that I would go for. The Baroque architecture has so many details, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, let's ink this. How about that? I can't find my needed eraser because I'm well prepared for the stream. Always. So I will just use side of this Muji eraser, which I really like because it's soft, but it leaves these black marks everywhere, which is not ideal, but doesn't bother me that much. Now, for the pen, I always, for the last like half a year, I switched to this Tombow pen. Woo, it's out of focus. But yeah, there are these Tombow pens. They have a few different ones. This one has a very hard nib, which I like because I usually have a heavy hand with that stuff. But it's what is good that I think it's archival ink. It's water-based pigment ink, but it's not water soluble. You need a mono zero if you don't have one already. What is a mono zero, Faye? Yeah, so yeah, it's non-water soluble, so you can do watercolor on top of this if you paint with this stuff. A precision eraser. Is it like a that looks like a pen with a little nib? Really nice erasers, like a mechanical pencil but with eraser, like a pen tip. Yes. Never used those. I really like netted eraser, you know, like the soft one that you can like just tap around or mold into something inappropriate or whatnot. You can you can also use, I don't know, it's so multifunctional. You can use it to hold two pieces of paper together. If the bottom one, like if the top one is wobbling, you can tear little pieces of netted eraser and put it below to not wobble that much. They have one round that is 2.5 millimeters and then one square that is 2.5 by 5 millimeter, says NT. Interesting. So it's then you kind of use it for removing the lines, or how, like you can't really probably do the big surface of it, like just lighten up the whole sketch or something like that, right? But I bet it's really good if you want to carve out some lighter areas or some glares, something like that. Faces, yeah, you can do that, but I guess if you're going to ink the whole thing as well, it might not matter. Yeah, those are more for details. I wonder if there are big erasers, like big precision erasers that are just huge Molotov pens or something like that. I know there are Molotov, not cocktails, the markers. They have this huge, like I think these wide, like huge brush tips for markers that you can do, I don't know, I guess calligraphy or something like that. Thank you for following magical spells. Everybody needs some magical spells in their life. How are you doing today? I guess I will try a little bit of a looser style. Usually I try again, like I try to be like precise or not overdo it, but I think with this little more kind of sketchy lines it can also be okay. We're 2 followers away from having 50 followers, which I think will unlock something. Don't know what exactly, but some great prizes will be unlocked for all of us. I think with 50 followers I will be affiliate of Twitch or something like that. Don't know much about this. But if I am affiliate, what does it do? I think I can create some emotes for people to use in chat or something like that. Student T says, if you have 50 followers and then also reach the 2 other requirements, you will be invited to become an affiliate. And that means that you'll be able to make money, as in you'll be able to have subs and receive bits. Ach so. I see now. And because of that, I think it will also unlock the, like, some perks for the viewers, right? Trying to keep an uneven edge at the bottom and more even at the top or on the sides, because that's how they lay the tiles, you know. They're kind of uneven at the bottom. If you look from the perspective view, you get what I mean. Little building emotes. Oh yeah, little houses. We can do little houses. Thank you for following Melamony. Melamony? Melamony. Not sure where to put the accent. And also, I think I want to add something in the middle of the roof. Like, this looks kind of too empty for me. We'll just add some, like, a little structure here, maybe. Like a advanced birdhouse. Does it? I don't know. Doesn't look like a birdhouse, but I'll think about it later. Let's just draw it first. Hello. For a normal viewer, it would be not much difference, but for people who subscribe to you, they will have access to emotes that you will be able to create and upload. I think followers will be able to unlock the emotes for the currency, that, like, the loyalty thing. Hey, Zloy Fomich, thanks for following. And with Zloy Fomich with us, we finally reached the 50 follower goal. Whoop whoop. Thank you guys. That's fun. I will see what I can do. I mean, if I meet the other 2 requirements, we will see what I can do until the next stream. Maybe we'll get some house emotes, or maybe we'll have a stream where I draw the emotes together with the stream, so then we can decide what the stream wants as well. The chat meeting. Thanks, Faye. Yeah, I shared your streams in my stories. Oh. Thank you, Studio NT. That's very nice of you. That's where all these lovely people are coming from. Affiliate status soon. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we'll do some house emojis. I think I messed up something with this roof. House emojis would be cool. As we established earlier, sharing is caring. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, NT. Not sure this sketchy style in the top of the of this house really works. It's kind of a lot of weird lines there. And this octagonal shapes in perspective, they're tricky. they trick the eye because they look too similar to rectangular shapes, but they're not. This front will be a bit of a challenge. Nope. Solar Fun tried to get the Discord. No, it's actually exclamation mark links. Maybe I should put it more in the description of the stream. The commands that you can use. I didn't do many commands because usually nobody needs them. Nobody needs them, kind of. And I just made a Discord channel because I got kind of tired of other types of communication, and I think Discord is really nice in that sense. Like, it's basically like a forum. You can post your own stuff there. You can, you know, talk to people. You don't need extra channels for announcements and all that. You can have kind of everything in one place. You know what I mean? So maybe since we're getting more people, maybe the Discord will be also more alive and we can share stuff there. But so far it's kind of empty there. And if there are any native English speakers, maybe they know what's the English name for these things. Like little roofs. Little roofs above the windows. Doesn't sound like a proper description of them. We're struggling here with the naming. And since we're on the topic of naming, we will need a name for this pharmacy. Some people passing by my window. Don't know if you heard them. Something like this. Hey, thank you for following, Solar Fun. Welcome to the team. Schmelicopter is quite silent today. Usually she's drawing along something. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, that's okay. Next time I will make sure that we can share actually social links, and because sharing is caring. Not sure if these things help or disturb this part of the picture, but they're there now. They came to stay. Owning or sunshades or sunblinds is what Google tells me. I don't know if it actually is true or not though. Sunshades or like sunblinds sounds plausible. I can imagine those things being called sunblinds because that's what they do. actually. Also decided to make the windows a little bigger. A little, let's say a little taller, but a little narrower. Because I think maybe it's more fun. Awnings. Not sure if that is the correct spelling or not. Awnings. Alright. That's a very strange word for this kind of thing, because it seems like it has some roots with like awe, you know, to be in awe from something. Maybe they're so spectacular that people just are in awe. Start owning around. I think when that's actually another nice thing when you're if you're drawing a house and you have all the sides straight and you constructed them already kind of straight in the sketch. It is, huh? That's weird. Strange word, but thanks guys. Now we know that these are awnings. Oh, awnings, yeah. So yeah, when you have everything sketched with like straight angles, later when you're inking you can already, you know, like say, oh, but I want this to be like a little more whimsical or a little weirder. Then you just tilt the walls a little bit, you know, just make them a little uneven, and bam, there you go. Whimsicalness increased. Oh, I walked away to get my breakfast and didn't even see that Studio NT already mentioned that. We had a few options. We had awning or sunshades or sun blinds. Thank you for following. Wait a second. I will Google translate your name. Detect language. To whom? Sorry if it's butchering it, but thank you for following anyway. This wall will be probably like covered in green stuff, so because it's like a wall of pots with plants or like some medicinal herbs, I guess. So I don't want to draw the net behind it just yet, or the structure, otherwise it would be quite strange. And now when I kind of established where it will be, I can go back with this nonsense. Okay, we that follower goal in the corner now is a little bit weird. We overreached the goal. I mean, I don't mind. I'm happy you guys here, but it's funny. Also, we'll draw different pots and plants and all that stuff. Maybe there is like a teapot with a plant. Some succulents or herbs or whatnot. With plants, unlike houses, I don't really care how much they're resembling the real flower, because I'm not great at knowing what the flowers are anyway, so like for me it's just random plant shapes. Also, I think this needs these construction lines a little bit to make it more realistic, I guess. Let's see if we can find more exteriors. Oh, this one has a lantern. That's a good thing to add. And to kind of check the, you know, we know that these lanterns, they will be kind of 1 story tall, so we just use these construction lines from the house to put this in perspective, and then like here will be roughly our lantern. Maybe it has a street name sign on it or something like that. Could be. You never know. Kind of lost this awning. Lost the awning above the door. Not sure if it's still called awning if it's above the door, but still. There are the barrels, there is the watering can, also with a plant in it. The barrel maybe doesn't have a plant just yet, but maybe there are some plants standing here. Or some ivy growing on the wall. Don't know if that looks like an ivy though, but another lemon. Oh, Mel Lemony. That's how you split the word. I see. Pokémon. Haha, привет. Hi, wonderful, nice to meet you. Hey, welcome to the stream, Pokémon. Or is it Lemon? Could be anything. Maybe there is this there is this purple flowering kind of ivy thing that grows everywhere around the houses. That design, whoa, it's a gorgeous drawing. Boca or lemon, as you wish. Alright, both work. Thank you guys. It's sort of like a potion maker's hut, and I think since they will be a little longer stream, I will also do the interior. We'll see. I guess it's either watercolor or interior, because they will take some time. Flower pots everywhere. Oh, I love interiors. You might be thinking of clematis. Let's see if that's what I'm thinking about. Clematis. Not exactly that one. No, this one also looks really cool though. We have that growing around our lamppost in the front yard. Yeah, maybe I'll just add this to this lamppost here. I think it will just be nice to have it there. But what I meant was this. What is it? Purple plant. No, flower. Spring. It's everywhere right now, but I guess all the flowers are everywhere right now. This house feels quite solid, like the Potionmaker may show up anytime. We'll see about that, but oh no, no, no. What is it? City? I don't know how to Google. Yeah, I think this. Oh, that's the one. That's I don't know. What is this plant? Doesn't have any names. But you know this one? Oh, hey Mublu. Welcome to the stream. Oh, is that the name? Wisteria? Wisteria. Sounds like a very fantasy like name. I saw a few Wisterias around the city, like right on the corner, and it's so pretty. I used to buy perfume which with this scent, but it was kind of pricey. Been a while since I had some. Yeah, it's a very like soft smell. Let's add this thing to the stream references. Still don't have the name for the apothecary. We can come up with a character name, or like the character himself or herself, and just call it someone's apothecary. You know, maybe that's the way to go. Just adding some details here and there, I guess. If you're interested in what's playing right now, you can scroll down under the stream, depending on the device you're watching though on. But yeah, under the stream there is now playing on Spotify. I mean, the windows, right? You're probably also thinking, hey, it has nothing in the windows. And you're right. It should have something. But first, the door. Maybe it has something hanging here. I feel like this corner needed some round shapes. Be right back. Gonna get more tea. More tea for NT. tea is important. I mean, staying hydrated in general is important. I'm usually having problems with it because I don't like drinking water by itself. So I don't drink much. And you know, coffee doesn't count as staying hydrated, I think, because I guess it's doing the reverse. Like you want to go to the bathroom more often if you drink coffee. So no liquid for me. Okay. I think I won't watercolor it completely, but I will add a little more details, and maybe I'll just do the like one color wash on top. Maybe not with watercolor even, but with the ink. Just adding some shapes to break apart this emptiness. Sounds really sad. Break apart the emptiness. Just adding random shapes, but I'm kind of trying to indicate the texture, you know, like this is a tiled roof, so let's, I guess, add some tiles here and there. And this is a stone tower, so let's add some stones sticking out in different corners. But what's important is to try to follow the shape of it, you know, like this is a round tower, so it won't be just like square. I mean, it would be if it wasn't in perspective. Like if you're looking straight at it, then it would be just like these bricks getting smaller to the sides, and that's it. But since we're in perspective, kinda have to follow the curves. HWX, thank you for following. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Maybe it's Hawks? Hex? Hawks? We'll add more tiles in the meantime. My kind of biggest Hawks, yes, cool. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a Potionmaker's hut, kind of without any specific reason. And also learning some botany along the way, apparently. For instance, this here is Wisteria. Did you know? I didn't, but now I do. You know, you live, you learn. Didn't have a clue. Yeah, I know, right? Impressive, impressive knowledge. Now you can have this knowledge forever. This is actually, I don't know, a very curious thing about knowledge to me, that you can't lose it. I mean, you can theoretically forget something, but you know, if you know how to do something, you have the experience, no matter how hard you forget it, it's still in your brain, and like when you share the knowledge, it just multiplies. Like a virus. That song is a little bit tedious to listen to right now. I'm still not sure about the material of the front wall. Don't really want to make it brick wall, but maybe wood. Don't know. Maybe this works. Maybe this is like a wooden attachment to the main building, so that's why it will be wooden, but the main building will be stone, I guess. We will see some thickness of these tiles in the bottom, and I guess on this side I don't know what will be. I'm usually just a lurker, FYI. No worries, Hawks. I like lurkers. Most of people are natural lurkers, I think. So lurk away. I mean, not away. I meant it as an encouragement. Lurk around. Feel free to just draw along or chill or whatnot. Maybe it's a little bit of a shabby house, but it's a rich shabby house. I'm back with tea, now I'm happy. Just wanted to rhyme that. We'll just add some of these little details, I guess. Never know when to stop with the details. Maybe I missed that point already. Because there is such thing as overdoing it in every aspect of our lives. What kind of tea did you get, by the way, in tea? I took it as an encouragement. Perfect. Then we're on the same page. Oh, that's some pogo playing. I think I will just go around and kind of separate the shapes a little bit with darker lines when needed. Which is also why this pen is great, because you can make very thin lines if you need to, but you can also make thicker lines. Tombow pen. This time I went for a tea with rhubarb and vanilla flavor. Is it even tea? Or is it just rhubarb and vanilla? Rhubarb leaves? I wonder if you can drink rhubarb leaves. I think with thicker lines on the overlapping objects, it really helps to separate them into like different shapes. Oh yeah, it's black tea. Black tea leaves with rhubarb and vanilla. I'm in recent years, since maybe I don't know, 5 years or something, maybe more. I'm really into Earl Grey. This is kind of my go-to tea whenever I'm outside drinking tea or coffee, or when I'm at home. I also always drink Earl Grey for some reason. Something like that. But I don't know, I think tea can also prevent some people from sleeping. That's why I'm trying to only drink it kind of in the first half of the day, and drink something like mint tea in the evening, or ginger tea, something like that. Maybe this door is like a wooden door instead. Don't think you can recognize the wisteria from this, but well, it will be our little secret. Earl Grey is my standard too, and even I feel like I wanna have a bit more luxury, I switch to some other flavors. Ah, you know each other. That's pretty cool. More friends into art. Actually, I don't know if Hawks does any art though. I've seen Studio and T streams, but Hawks. I think now I'm overdoing it on this side a little bit. Let's switch before it's too late. Which country do you guys live in, if you don't mind me asking? Since Studio and T said she just woke up in the beginning of the stream, I thought it's somewhere in Europe. Sweden. Oh, I have some friends in Sweden too. I've been there 3 times, I think. It's really nice country. Really a lot of nature, and I don't know, just seems cool. Another friend of mine is teaching Swedish language in St. Petersburg. Still don't know what this box is. Philadelphia, USA. It's about 6 in the morning here now. Oh wow, that's an early wake up, eh? Where in Sweden have you been? Oh, I have been, well, out of bigger places, I've been just to Uppsala and Stockholm, but I've spent 2 or 3 weeks volunteering on a little farm near Nyköping. Don't know if it's a famous place or not. It's kind of on the south from Stockholm. So there was just like, it was just a volunteering project with, there was a website, don't remember what's the name of it, where you just register for farms and they invite you to different, like you can register for a country and say like, hey, I want to come for a couple of weeks, and they show you which like farms and basically all the mostly agricultural businesses are like interested in help. And there was a little village where an old lady just had a farm. It wasn't really a farm, she just had chicken and a little garden, and she just needed some help to plant stuff, and that was really fun. I don't know, like I enjoyed all the fika things, and you know, all those lovely Swedish treats. The cinnamon buns, and you know, having lunch 3 times per day. It's great. Hox is asking, where did you say you were from? Originally from Russia, but now residing in the Netherlands. Faye says, no, I've been up all night. I'll go to bed at about noon. Oh wow, that's nice. Don't know why I said nice. It's an interesting schedule. A few years back I had this similar kind of schedule when I would just stay up all night, but I would go to bed around like 7 in the morning, sleep until noon, and then would be great, like to sleep until noon and then still have the whole day. Don't know, that was a fun time. All right, I feel like I'm not doing much anymore. I will probably color it a little bit and then switch to an interior. What say you guys? Graveyard shift. I don't know. Don't know how to react to that. Is it a night shift? Do you really work on graveyard at night on Sunday? Hey Amy 55584, thank you for following. Shmelikarp says, oh hi, I was just silently drawing here all this time and now heard you're talking about Sweden, and I live in Stockholm. And will you bring out the seashell with paints? It's such a cool color palette. Yeah, maybe I'll just do like a simple wash of just to kind of separate the shape a little bit. That's a good idea, NT. Studio NT fist bumps all the Swedes. Swedes unite. I switched platform just as you answered. You're originally from Russia, and then what did you say? I said I'm originally from Russia, but I live in the Netherlands now since a few years. We'll just spray a little bit of the water on the paint on the paper, just so I don't have to suffer through doing it with the brush. Zloifomich says, cool drawing, and the yeah, the palette looks cool. It's an actual shell. It's I was in a seafood restaurant once, and I didn't know it's that fancy, but they actually served like mussels in the shells, and we couldn't finish everything, so I asked if we can pack the rest, and they did, and now I have the shell. And you can also, like, I really actually surprisingly like it, because like stuff kind of drips down, and you can have these grooves with, if you're accurate enough, which I'm not, like you can have, you know, here you can have yellow, and then in this groove you can have some red, and then in between you can have like, oh, get some red, get some yellow, and then you have like a mixture of colors, and you can grab them from everywhere. Did I mention how much I love Skarsgård acting family? That's familiar last name. One of the first times I saw your stream, you were painting and using that seashell as a palette, and I thought it was just such an amazing thing to use as a palette. There was the little detail that really made me hook on the stream. And right after that stream, I went looking in my drawers after a seashell like that, so I could try it too. Did you find the seashell? Maybe I should keep the seashell at all times here, so people remember the stream better. I also have this guy. It's a very surprised snail. It's kind of usually watching the stream as well. Not have used it yet. All right. Curious to see what you will do with it. But what do I want to do? That's the question. Okay, let's get some of the red and some of this yellow-ish. I have a little bit of ochre here, which helps to make this kind of I don't know, some tile color, maybe a little bit more red somewhere. I kind of like to experiment a little bit with watercolor, because I'm doing it all the time the same way. So this time I'm just adding some random colors along the way, so the roof is maybe not as boring as it is. Chucho says hello to you and everybody, and also the snail. Snail says hello back. I mean, he can't stand, but and Schmidekopter also says привет. Maybe I will do, I don't know, maybe I'll do the shading of this thing. Then I need some blue parts, blue shades on the roof, I guess. The way I do watercolors is really dirty, So, so if you want to learn something, don't. I mean, it, yeah, I don't think it's my strongest medium. Like I don't know, I'm not really careful with colors. I mix them just in a bunch all together. Faces. Well, I have to go get some things done. I've really enjoyed your stream. One of my new favorites. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Faye. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time, perhaps. Wonder if you will have more night graveyard shifts, or so you can join the stream. Take care and have a good day. Let's spray some more stuff. This is one of the most fun additions to my watercolor routine experience. I bought this bottle with a spray attachment, and it's actually quite fun, and it's helping to moisturize the paper before applying the colors, which is really great, as you might imagine. I kind of don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just I think the light is coming from this side, maybe, so that's the reason why it all looks like that. So basically from where the light shines, I'm trying to add more yellow to the red, and where the shade is, I'm just trying to add a little bit more blue. Don't know if that helps at all, but I think you're exploring. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Wait a second. I think I missed something. I live just about an hour and a half from Uppsala. In which direction though? Is it because south is Stockholm and north is unexplored territories? Just adding some yellow here and there because that's the sunlight color. That's probably it. Oh, maybe here as well. No, I guess that would do. No, northwest. Hawks is it northwest or more just west? So you're kind of living in the unexplored territories. Oh, you know where I've been? I've been to Valhalla. It was a bus stop on the way from Nyköping to some other place in Sweden. I know geography. So yeah, it was on the way, and that's was the stop where we needed to get out to go to that volunteering farm thing. And it was called Valhalla, so I can now say that I've been to Valhalla and back. "45 minutes straight west." Alright. That's kind of nice. Like, I mean, the way I remember Sweden on the map, it's kind of covered in green and lakes. I mean, even in Stockholm, you have so much nature. I bet where you live, there's even more of that. For shading, I kind of just use indigo blue. Usually don't add any more colors. Sometimes I would mix some dirty colors in just for variation, but actually blue does a very good job. You can just like layer it on top a little bit and it will get the job done. Hogs knows geography way better than me. Yeah, nature is everywhere, but my preference is car and you talk bus train. That's the difference in times to get there, I guess. Yeah, I think I don't know how it is in Sweden with taxes. Like here in the Netherlands, having a car is quite expensive. You really need to kind of have a reason for that, or you need to have a family, which can be the reason. Like you can have a family and go to work with your car every day, then I guess it would make sense. But other than that, it's like the taxes are too high on that. So and I don't know, here is kind of nowhere to go with the car, like there are not so many natural parks or places like that. So I guess in Sweden it makes more sense because you just take 1 hour ride and you can go into the natural park or just camp around the lake or something like that. Hey, Hanna Banana. Thank you for following and welcome to the stream. How is it going there? Are you also secretly from Sweden? We have a Swedish stream today. Kind of. I am. Welcome. Oh, I mean, everybody's welcome, but today's people who live in Sweden, even if they're not Swedish like Schmelikopter, they're especially welcome. For no apparent reason, just hanging out with Swedes. If I take the bus or a car for 10 minutes, I will end up in a nice forest. Yeah, and this one, like, this is what I miss in Russia as well. From Russia, like their nature is also everywhere, and like even if you live in a big city like St. Petersburg, you can still take a train ride and end up in like a forest where you can just burn some campfire thing and just enjoy the nature a little bit and hang out, kind of switch from the city. And that's what's missing here in the Netherlands, because Netherlands are really flat. Like there is no much forest around, no much mountains or something like that. And the same was in Germany when I lived there. You know, I lived in the north, and the closest thing is Schwarzwald, which is like 8 hours on the bus. Which is not ideal, if you know what I mean. If you were to walk in the right direction, and you would be in like 20 minutes. Yeah, that's true. So, I'm doing well. Lazy morning and a cup of coffee, says Hanna Panana. I'm doing also well. I also have a cup of coffee, which is cold by now because I made it before the stream, which was 2 hours ago. But it's going really well. Looks like we're having a nice time here with the team on the stream. We still haven't come up with the name for this apothecary. Just drawing some Potionmaker's house. Switched from coffee to tea now. Were you before studio and coffee? Right, maybe I'll color some of the pots as well. Let's make this little. Everything that is not particular color, I just paint this blue because it's kind of just to separate it from the page and kind of lift the silhouette of the house a bit. And it kind of doesn't matter if it doesn't match the real color of the thing, you know. I love the sketching next to the house. You mean this one, or like the sketch of the house itself? Lemon Snails Apothecary. Looks gorgeous. Thanks, Johanna. I always start my day with a mug of coffee. All of it. Yeah, I don't know. Sketching is kind of my favorite part of the process, because that's when you're coming up with the ideas. Kind of the rest is when you already established everything. You're just like, okay, now I will just paint it for 15 hours until it looks right. But sketching, you can really try out different things. Lemon Snail. That's an interesting name. Hi Nimla, thank you for the follow. Hi Nimla. Are you also from Sweden, Nimla? I will be asking everyone who joins the stream that, because it's funny. Yeah. Cool. That's great. Don't know, I only have good memories of Sweden. I also, like, when I was living on that farm for a little bit, I had the children of the owner of the farm, I was there for Easter, and they visit, like, it's a family holiday, right? So they came to visit her for Christmas, for Easter, and we kind of stayed in touch for a little bit. And they're really good, like, folk and jazz musicians, and they visited me with a bunch of instruments once when they were doing like a small tour around Europe, just busking on the streets. And basically they took one of their parents' cars and just went around through Central Europe, and it was super fun. And they're really nice guys. I think I'm bringing all the Swedes in. Yeah, it's most of the Sweden is already on the stream. Most of the population. How long have you been in the Netherlands? Have you been living in the Netherlands? I left to travel there one day. I've been here for 2 years now. I moved 2 years back in February, and I must say I really enjoyed here. You know, it's feels really. I used to live in Germany before that, and Netherlands feel much more kind of, I don't know, progressive and lively, I would say, because in Germany a lot of things are kind of slow and conservative in a way, and here it seems to be less strict. I think I will just cover with this blue everything that is further away from the camera, from the viewer rather, just to push it back a bit. Netherlands has the best roads I've ever driven on, and the worst parking. Oh yeah, parking is. I don't have a car myself, but I made a few road trips through the Netherlands as well, and parking on the canals sometimes is a nightmare, because if you park wrong, you just dive in the canal. Like, there is no border between the road and the canal, so it's like, yep, nice parking, which haven't happened to me personally yet, but you never know. But the roads themselves are really good. You're right. I think we can call this done. Maybe we should take like a couple minute break and do the interior of that, or at least sketch some interiors, and then either color them on the next stream or just off the stream. Just trying to kind of make the shade a little darker. I think this is a little bit too bright. Like, the contrast between light and dark is too small. Especially under these awnings, as we know how it's called now. If you go by car as a Swede, make sure the hotel has parking. That's a sweet specific advice. Love it, says Nimla. Thank you. What was the name? Lemon Snail. Yeah, that's it. I'm bringing out my sketchbook now. Time to draw some houses. That's a raptor shrugging, I think. All right, I think this can get off the block now and leave some space for interior drawings. Don't know how much longer I will stream. Probably maybe another 45 minutes or so until 1. Let's see. So let's switch to an interior, I guess. We need to keep this somewhere nearby because otherwise we lose the progress, you know. Raptor is hype about NT sketching. Oh, that's the hype Raptor. Right. Sorry, I didn't know that one. Right, let's draw some interiors. I think interiors are easiest to draw from almost isometric view, you know, like when you're looking inside the thing, inside the room, kind of. That would be the room then, the outline of the room, and then you have like a table here and like a window on this side and all that stuff, and then like a silhouette of a door. Kind of make sure to show Pixel this house. Pixel, who's Pixel? But also, if you join Discord, you can share your progress there and just send the link in the chat. Pixel is my partner. Does he like houses as well? Maybe he's an architect. Haven't done this hoax yet, sorry. It's not Discord, it's links like that. Yeah, I will change the, I'll need social sharing and I need Discord links. I see that now. Alright, so the way I do the interiors, usually I think like from the top, I think what's the plan of the building. And in this case we have like this kind of long house here with some sort of like a round attachment on the side with a round tower sticking out of that. And then right here there is kind of this extra house attachment. And wait a second. Yeah, there is this attachment here. There is this round tower. Studio NT says, yeah, he does, and he builds miniature houses and things for miniature wargaming like Warhammer. Oh, that's amazing. Still thinking about trying that out. I never like it. I do play Dungeons and Dragons and that stuff from time to time with friends, but I never really built a map. Like it was usually drawn on like a piece of paper. Like we never really used miniatures. So I think like that could be really fun. Does he also stream that when he's doing the miniatures and painting? So this, maybe there is like another little shed here or something like that, or like a little yard with some plants growing here and there. Like another couple of trees and all that stuff. Don't know. Yeah, he does. His name here on Twitch is Pixel Props. Pixel Props. I will write that down. Let's write it down here. Pixel Props. Oh my god, this Instagram says Hawks. Is it a good oh my god? Or is it oh my god, you haven't posted anything this year? Kind of. Oh, thank you. I don't know, last year I was much more active there. I was like, I don't know, posting more. I don't think I was drawing that much more because I'm drawing quite often. It's just I don't stream at all and don't post much of it on Instagram. It's kinda, I don't know. It's a struggle a little bit. I guess for a lot of people it is. I love it. Thanks a lot. It's, I don't know, it's a struggle in terms of like you feel like you want to share it, but then you think like, yeah, but all this posting stuff and like writing things and all that stuff, and what's the point of it? And you know, like all these classical insecurities of every person alive almost. All right, so we have a little bit of a plan here for the house. I think I will outline it. Maybe there is a door here. Not maybe, there is a door here. There is a door here. This one probably is not that big. Should be kind of like that. Maybe there is like a little porch in front of it with this letter coming up. Like that. You know. Does it make any sense? Probably this will be like a circular, maybe it's like a study room, or maybe it's just an open area there. There is another door here. Maybe we'll mark the doors like that, as if there is little carpet. Just know that there is at least 2 people, me and Hawks, that will love everything that you post. So if the insecurities hit you, you can post it for us. That's good to know. Thank you guys. That really does help. I think this octagonal thing is a little too big. Maybe I'll shrink it a bit like that. Hannah Banana says, coffee is being drunk, time to get some sun and everything. The weather is really great, have an awesome stream. Thanks for stopping by and enjoy your time outside. The weather is great here as well. I'm thinking about going out later too. But be safe, enjoy the sun, and have fun there. See you next time, maybe. Alright, so let's see. Apothecary interior. I think it is cloudy here, but at least it's not raining yet. But you're all in Sweden, isn't it? Sunny there everywhere? Hawk says, I went to First Look Festival in Jaarbeurs in Utrecht last year and the year before that. Last year I stayed with some friends in Gouda. I like the Netherlands. I would love to see more of the countryside though. Sweden is very long, so no. Yeah, the problem with, I don't know, for me, I also haven't really been to the countryside in the Netherlands, I think. But there are a lot of smaller cities, not so, like Utrecht is basically bigger than Amsterdam, actually, by the amount of people who live in the city. So, or if you take like Greater Amsterdam, then it's like a second largest city in the Netherlands, I think. But there are smaller cities like Leiden, for instance, or Delft, and some more cities on the north, of course, and basically everywhere. Dordrecht is also quite nice. Like, you know, there are a lot of these smaller cities that are just, they're kind of all the same, but they're still all charmful. Charmful? Yeah, charmful. But I don't know, you kind of get used to that, the style of the city, like, because they're all, it's, I guess it's the same in Sweden in a way, you know, like the cities are built more or less with the same materials, with the same like structures in mind, with the, like, there is a cute little church in the center, there is a nice pedestrian zone around it, depending on the size of the city, and yeah, kinda weird, if you know what I mean. Like, it's still enjoyable, but at the same time it's still the same. Alright, so there will be a wall, I think, here in the middle of the room. Because there will be, like, this is basically a shop area, and this is where he makes, or she makes, potions and does all the crazy alchemical stuff. Leiden is the one where to city center have a moat. What's a moat? I'm afraid to answer this question before I know exactly what it means. Leiden is kinda in between The Hague and Amsterdam. I don't think it tells you much, though, but know that it's true. Those plants from seeing from above. South of Nimles is south of Sweden, very springy. North of Sweden, still winter. Yeah. Oh, a waterfall ditch going around all of it. Well, it's kinda Leiden map. You'll see. There is water sort of. Let's get an old one just because it's cool. There is water everywhere around it. And also my iPad is lagging now, so there is that. Now we'll see Leiden map forever. Guess that would do for the interior. For the plan, not for the interior itself, of course. But at least roughly it's. How do I make it smaller now? What if I open this thing? And now I open this thing again. Nope. Don't know how to use the iPad. Okay, let's close this, open this, and now try it again. Now we're talking. Yeah, as you see, there are canals kind of going everywhere in Leiden. In Netherlands, so of course it has, but it is properly built like the protective purposes. Yeah, if you see around, like there is this kind of star or angular shape around it, that where the wall used to be, and there are a few gates, and right in the middle where these three rivers connect, there is like a little round circular fortress, like a tiny one. But you can see that in a few different cities, but could be that you refer to Leiden as well. But how about that apothecary interior? That's a kitchen. Yeah, so we'll have some, maybe like a long counter here. Let's switch this on. It's a little too repetitive, I feel like. Yeah, so let's have the counters around here. Maybe there's just one huge counter, and then we can have some along the walls, maybe some here in the middle. That doesn't really say much, I think. Maybe we should switch to like a proper interior sketch with perspective and all that stuff. Interior as well. What? Yeah, why not? That's what I thought. So I think would be cool to make it in isometric grid. With isometric, it's kind of easy. All the vertical lines are like you keep them vertical, so it does really help to have some sort of a grid. So I think I will just make one line at first, like maybe like this. There's our vertical line, and now I need to cross it with isometric grid. The angle between the lines matters, and as far as I remember, it's 60 degrees. Is it 60? Yeah, it's 30 degrees and 30 degrees. Yeah, so basically you will have these like triangular shapes with 60-degree angles. And to do that, it's kind of easy as well. You just make a horizon line, try to keep it perpendicular to your vertical line, and then roughly measure the same thing, kind of just make it a square in both directions. You can measure. Student, he takes notes again. You can measure these to be sure that it's a square, but like in this case we're just roughly estimating. So as we remember here, to make a 30-degree angle we need to divide it in half and then in half again. So we divide it in half by putting diagonal lines and then finding this middle point, which will be parallel to our horizontal line. We can extend it to the other side as well, and then basically this will be our 30-degree angle, and it will be the same this way. So you can continue this line and it will be parallel to this line, and it will be just going like that, parallel to each other. You can basically, it doesn't matter if it's on the even distance from each other, and obviously the same goes the other direction, you know, like we found this middle point, and then this line will be at the right angle that we need. You can use, like, I don't know, a side of paper to make sure your lines are like parallel to each other, or at least roughly straight, and just like move it a little bit. I don't know, you can do that. You can just do it by hand. I think I'll do it by hand just because. And it's kind of hard to keep them parallel and at the same distances at the same time, but it doesn't have to be that perfect, you know. You can always correct them a little bit. Of course, if you have them like perfectly straight and all at the same distance, you will get a cleaner result at the end. But doesn't matter that much. So now we have our grid, and basically we can just, I think I will only draw this part or this part, because like this one will be the shop. Actually, this will be like a study room. What do you think will be more fun? I think circles in perspective and isometric grid is also a pain in the ass. So let's do the shop. And as we know, it's kind of like this elongated shape. So I would think maybe like following the guides, kind of like this, maybe like that, or maybe like that. You know what I learned, that if your drawing is consistently messy, it's good. Like, I think consistency is more important than avoiding messiness. It kind of also frees you up to do more mistakes if you're just trying to be consistent rather than fix everything you draw. Guess something like that would do. Theoretically, if you're, drawing it for the purpose of having it perfect or something like that, you can always like take this one and check, oh no, this is too off, let's fix it, and then you fix it. And then this one is also super off. And then apparently everything is super off. Let's check this one. No, this one is actually okay. Surprisingly. And then you can also check the vertical lines, but don't know. I feel like using the ruler is a little bit of a cheating, but it's not. Hogs asked, study room had a furnace or some sort of, right? Since there is a stovepipe coming out of somewhere around the roof. Yeah, you're very attentive. There is a chimney coming out of it. So I guess it would have some sort of like, maybe it's just little stove to test some potions or cook something. Like it can have a little big table, a big table in the middle with like all the potions, and maybe like a little stove on the side where they cook stuff. And there is a separate entrance, so you can go get ingredients instead of going through the whole house. And maybe that means you can also bring like a cart here with some stuff. Who knows? Chimney, that's the word. Stovepipe. Yeah, I think chimney is the thing. It even helps to kind of just have one correct guide, if you can draw it with a side of the paper or a ruler or something. If you have one guide line that is like straight and parallel to the one you need, it will help you put the other ones as well in the same kind of place. Yeah, but I'm not drawing the study room. I think I'm sticking with the shop now. There is like an entrance here. Window would be here. There is another door on this side that leads inside. There is a long counter kind of around it. Let's see what we can come up with using these references here. Let's save this one as well. Was just asking. It's okay. If you want to draw the study room, that could be a challenge, or maybe not a challenge, just a fun exercise. I'm kind of like not doing anything again. Maybe there is like a long shelf along the whole room, along the top of it. And again, just keep stuff parallel to the other sides and you'll be good. I mean, sometimes it's kind of hard to keep it parallel because there are so many lines around, but generally speaking, it's much easier with the grid. So if you want it to look perfect, then just invest some more time in the grid and it will be perfect. Thank you for teaching us how to make that grid. You're a very good teacher, says Student T. Thanks. It's always a pleasure to share stuff, and it was fun when I was like kind of learning it by myself. I don't know, I was really fascinated by that for some reason. So it's good to share the findings, as we already established that a few times during this stream. Sharing is caring. There is another big counter here. I think this should be openable. Maybe there is like this kind of like a bar entrance, you know, behind the counter. But you can see that all these interiors, they have all these little storage boxes and drawers everywhere, and kind of stuff on display in front. So this will be like a expo area, expositional thing. For window shopping. And there are just rows and rows and rows of these little drawers. But the cool thing about isometric perspective rather than other kind of perspective, like 2-point or 1-point or whatever point perspective, is that things don't get smaller as they get further. So like you can, if you really want to be meticulous about it, you can use the same trick with finding the center and then just drawing the same, like with the same technique, finding the center, drawing diagonal lines and just making them all same size. Like they shouldn't get smaller with the distance because it's isometric view, you know. Maybe there is a big shelf hanging here. It's kind of the most annoying part of isometric view, that you need to construct everything kind of very carefully, otherwise it doesn't work. But when you're done with it, then it looks pretty cool, and you can just go along and do the inking and correct all the mistakes that you inevitably will do in the meantime. But for now it's kind of just sketching more or less loosely. Trying to keep stuff parallel, but it's not really working. Alright, that seems quite parallel to me. Just trying to estimate the same height of the counters in the middle of the room. That makes some sense at least. There should be a cashier desk, I guess, somewhere. Maybe these guys have like a curved top, just to make it a little more interesting, I guess. Be right back, says Hawks. Right? See you soon. They also have a kind of the, what is it? The chimney thing. The stove, the oven right in the middle as well. Which is a bit weird. I guess in old times the winters were colder, so you would have no other way to heat up the shop if you don't have a heater in the middle of the apartment, in the middle of the room. Especially if it's a bigger shop, I guess. Something like this maybe there. There could be like I don't know, what else could be there? Maybe like lamps or clocks. The weights. The weights need to be somewhere. Probably on the counter. Maybe these two will be like a proper counter. With a cashier out made here. And the scales. That's the word, not weights. some candle and candle holders. Yeah, we can hang a candle holder on the somewhere maybe here. I don't know if apothecaries would have like candlelight, candlelight, because maybe it's dangerous. They definitely can have some like this oil lamps maybe. That probably would hang from the ceiling. Candlelight is also a pretty cool word though. And there could be like these big doors like with glass and all that stuff, you know, like these beautiful glass doors. They don't look beautiful yet, but oh, you wait just a little bit. Probably would have some sort of stuff in front of the window. Maybe like a bench. Would they have benches? Some boxes around, some other shelves. Maybe bottles everywhere. Another scale or something like that. Gandalf holder. This is how it sounds like a bit. Ooh, look at this cash machine. I think I will just go ahead and do the inking, because who cares? Let's do let's do it. Maybe I will use the ruler a little bit just to, or okay, maybe not a ruler, just to keep it more interesting, but like a piece of paper. I have another picture here, just a kind of shrine. Yeah, I think I'll just use a piece of paper a little bit to kind of make sure that my outer lines are correct. That's not cheating, just using the piece of paper. Everybody has a piece of paper if they're drawing on a piece of paper, you know. So using good tools for your craft is not cheating, it is a part of the process. Yeah, you're right. It's I used to when I was in university, we had some drawing and painting. It was quite a while back, and I was quite bad at it. And of course, like, it was kind of academical studies, academic drawing. Ooh, I'm way off with this one. Just need to keep it parallel to itself. Or maybe I shouldn't keep it parallel to itself if it's that much off. Tricksy. Let's double check I think the angle here is kinda wrong. How do I check it? So this one is This one is kind of almost 30 degrees. And this one should be 180 minus 30, so 160. So I kind of messed up with both of them. But this one is kind of 30 degrees. This one is not. Doesn't matter. All right, let's take this thing, translate it here. Will that be the one? Let's see. So from here it would go like here. Yeah, as I was saying, you know, like with academical drawing, like, you know, you can't use any rulers or things that make your life easier and all that stuff. So, which is, to me, like, it just hurts people because they think after they graduate, they just keep thinking like, oh, I can't use this tool, I can't use that tool, oh, that would be so good to use, but I can't because some kind of weird made up rules. Don't know if this one is parallel to that one. Kinda. Okay, sorry about that ruler break. Wasn't really interesting, I bet. Now we just need to keep stuff parallel to these borders that we made. Which can be a little bit tough because it's all over the place. Maybe I will just make sure this line is straight, just to have a reference point kind of for the straight lines. This one is straight. Yeah. I wonder if anyone else is drawing something along. All right, let's put another one of these parallel lines here. Yeah, that's a right one, kind of. Houston, we have a problem. It's all going all over the place. Okay, I think this should be correct now. Yeah, this feels more right. Corrector. Just to find the other corner of the room, you know. And let's see if it's in the right place. Yay! So yeah, I think we're more or less good now with these lines around. Now it should be kind of in the right place. Just need to fix everything else. Student T says, I started drawing, but then I also ended up Googling and reading about asymmetric projections and other perspective stuff. It's so fascinating. Learning so much this morning day. Yeah, this it also intrigues me a lot. Like when I don't know, often I'm thinking like, oh wait, I have this cube that I want to draw, or like this building that looks like a cube. How do I do that properly? What's the right way to do it? And then it turns out that you can actually construct it without using, you know, complicated methods or tools, by just thinking through geometry. And this is really fun to me. Yeah, so that's really fun to learn this stuff, I think. Bit hesitant to draw this one because I had so much trouble with the perspective there in that corner. Wonder if this one is straight. Kind of forgot. Kind of is. This is one of the reasons why I would like to go to art school, to learn all these basic techniques with perspective and other art fundamentals. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad place to get that knowledge. I can't. I'm not sure if I personally learned so much in the art school, because I think I learned more just by being curious and willing to find out why it's behaving that way. But if you feel like that could be beneficial for you, I think it's definitely worth it. Or at least, you know, like finding a good course on, you know, there are so many other places where you can learn that these days. Like, I don't know, finding a good course on Skillshare or something like that could be the thing you need. I feel like in like I don't know, maybe it's just Russian education that sucks, or that is kind of too old school. But I think art schools can also harm, just like a lot of, just in general, I think education systems are currently targeted to the wrong values in a way. Hey, Nervin, look, we did this earlier today. It's a Potionmaker's hut. Or, well, you wouldn't call it a hut. It's Potionmaker's shop. And now I'm doing the interior. I will just ink it and call it a day. Did you get home? Very weird, this one. let me check the angle. Actually, the first one was correct, apparently. A Potionmaker's castle. I think my spacebar broke on the way home. So productive when I'm not watching the stream. Yeah, stream is not that productive. Did you use the spacebar so much that it broke? And yeah, I think I finished my thought regarding the art schools, that like in general education systems are often targeted towards not making mistakes, whereas that's kind of the opposite of what you usually do in art. I think in art you kind of mostly do mistakes around everywhere. Mistakes is the greatest teacher as long as you know how the mistake happened. Yeah, there is this saying that I really like, is fail faster, which means just don't be afraid of making mistakes, because that's exactly as you said, like that's how you learn. As long as you can learn from the mistake, that's another thing. And I agree that for that sometimes you need a more experienced person to show you what is the mistake. Or the other thing is that you can be just like curious enough, or not even curious, but open-minded enough to think, okay, I'm not, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and that sometimes is enough to find out where the mistake happened. But it also has its own tolls, if you doubt everything you do, that's also not healthy. I want to add some little doors here. Sometimes they have these little doors. Kind of just guessing where the middle of it would be. And you can guess, but you can also use that same technique with finding the middle of the a rectangular shape. I did so many lines there that I don't even know anymore which one is the correct one. This should be going down, and this will be parallel to the bottom one, to the top one. Maybe there is another counter with drawers, but I think at first I want to draw the front a little bit, otherwise I will get lost in the lines. This probably will be a glass counter, so we'll see some stuff inside. Yeah, but just being critical towards your work in terms of mistakes and possibilities to improve, that's already a good step in the right direction, I think. I think one of the biggest problems of people who kind of fail to learn is to assume that they're not making mistakes. That's when you just stop learning, kind of. I'm back. Dude, nice progress. Hey Hawks, welcome back. Yeah, I started inking and I think now it's easier to see also like what's going on in a way. Maybe I will make these extra small. Just break the counter a little bit in smaller parts. Let's draw this one. It's a crazy cool cash machine. I mean, probably it won't be much visible anyway, but it has like this thing here on top and kind of like a roundish thingy here. It has an old pharmacy vibe to it. Yeah, that was the idea, right? The old apothecary shop, as you mentioned before. There is also this handle on the side which I find extremely cool, that you need to, like, you know, start your cash machine before he can use it. Or maybe it's to printing the checks. I don't know. These cash machines. Wow. They look so cool. Maybe we should do a stream completely on these cash machines. Ancient cash machine stream. Can I get rid of this somehow? Yeah, thank you. Have a tangent here with the back wall, which is bad, but not the end of the world, I guess. Where are the potions though? Finally, the right question. Well, touche. Haven't drawn any potions yet. Let's draw the door first. It's not really a potion maker's hut if there are no potions, right? How do I add potions now though? Don't know why a potion maker would have scales now actually. Does he weigh the potions before he sells it? I don't think so. Doesn't make sense, but they're in place already. Maybe he weighs the gold that he is being paid, or gems, or cryptocurrency from crypts. How do we add potions now? I guess it's gonna be somewhere here, the end of the shelf. Maybe it's a very lazy potion maker? Yeah. Good day, Pixel Props. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Pixel. And here he is. And also to package the different potions and things to, they know how much they are selling to the customer and they know how much to charge. Yeah, makes sense. I think we have a Swedish full house today. That's fun. think let's see at the counters. Maybe we can find some interesting doors with windows. Hey, thank you for following Pixel Props. I get shown some of your work and had to come watch. That's really nice. We did this thing earlier today. It's like a Potionmaker's shop thing. And it was pretty cool. And now I'm trying to do the interior of it, but it's a little bit of a struggle, I must say. The rainbow ship was awesome, by the way. Oh, let's see it again. There you go. He came into my studio and said that he loved your house. Showed him a screenshot of a previous painting on Instagram. Hey, nice. Thanks a lot, Studio NT. You're treating me today with a bunch of followers and viewers. That's always nice. Where are any doors for the counters? That's the question. Maybe something like that. That looks like a boring counter though. Treating you with my art and stream. You can put it this way. It's a very nice way to put it though. I'm just happy you're joining along for the ride. I say it's fun. Yeah, don't know. Maybe something like this. Oh, people are really slamming the doors today. Hope you don't see it, don't hear, don't see it on the picture, don't hear it on the stream. There is the glass counter. But where are the potions? Damn it, those references. They look so cool. If you want references, just type !refs if you're drawing along or just curious about those to look into them by yourself. But I don't know, let's just add some shapes here and there, I guess. Some packs of stuff, maybe some containers, some paper bags, some little boxes, maybe some bottles even. Just some random stuff here. Here's some maybe more shelves like this with bottles. I don't know, maybe here are some even smaller shelves with some more potions, more squares and random shapes. That's how I add details. Just add some random shapes here and there. Maybe there is like a long, what is it? Lab glassware. Some kind of glasses there and that stuff. And there are some more. Maybe there are some books as well, because you need to somehow keep the tabs on what you have and which potions are ordered and all that stuff. So these will have some sort of labels, I guess, or handles. Anyway, they will have these little dots. So I decided this would be a little bit different. Maybe they have a label and a little handle, or maybe it's like a number or something like that. Don't know, just details everywhere. I probably will add some sort of like a, I don't know, kind of like wooden lacing, you know, like these wooden, kind of like gothic style things on the glass. And then he proceeds to draw the most basic window. With this quarantine happening everywhere, there are much fewer planes flying above the place where I live, so it's much calmer actually, which I don't mind, I must say. I guess actually, like for the nature, humans on quarantine is a good thing. More people passing by. Don't know if you heard them. Maybe there is another scale just to double check the gold that you get from the customers. Maybe there is a huge book at the book. There is something good in everything. Almost true. Just depends on the perspective, you're right. I think this will be just like a curtain. Actually, think that would be more fun to have it there, like a curtain. Maybe there is another door here. Something like that, maybe? Maybe it's also a wooden door. You're unstoppable today, says Moskin. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Just having fun. People are, you know, people joined. That's what can I what can I do? Just want to have this kind of like a done piece all together. Maybe there are some bottles visible through here. You will have like these little price tags, I guess, in front of them. Maybe some descriptions on the glass. More Red Bull? No, I'm still drinking the same cup of coffee as I started 3.5 hours ago. That's how I ended up streaming for over 6 hours the other day. Thank you for following Vni. Vni? Maybe Uni. Maybe it's like a Roman style. Yeah, that's the problem. People just join and it's fun. And you're just having a good time, and why do you stop, kind of? But I have a goal. I want to have this sort of done-ish. There is like cat sitting on the top. Very derpy cat. Ah, it's Vinny. Could be a Roman Uni, but if it's Vinny, then hello Vinny. Welcome to the stream. Are you also from Sweden? You also from Sweden? I feel like most of people today are from Sweden. Maybe there's some paper laying around. Some different shapes of bottles. Maybe there is like a lab bottle on the doormat. Can't really hear you though. Got my speakers blasting some chill summer music. Currently the sun is shining and the summer rays are really hitting me out in the living room. Yeah, I can understand. It's okay. You can just lurk around. No worries with that. Don't know what else to add actually. Maybe just some panels here to kind of show what is it made of. Yeah, let's let's put it this way. That sounds amazing, says the student. Yeah, just got done with some apartment cleaning, so really chill just to sit down and relax at this point. That's what Sundays are for, I think. Just do something a little bit productive and relax the rest of the day. I guess that's why I'm still streaming, because it's a chill day. Alright, let's see what we got here without all these sketchy lines around. Chilling so hard, too hard to even doodle at the moment. Oh, that's some serious chilling. I'm looking forward to that in about 5-10 minutes. 15. Okay, let's say 23. We did this earlier. Maybe in similar style I will do the interior. Water. Yeah, I wasn't planning on watercoloring it, but can't stop. But with coloring interior, you need to be kind of careful with where to place the light source. I will paint, but just a little bit, just to separate the shape from the white paper behind. It's not gonna take the whole other hour or so, unless we'll get more people. Where would be the light source? Maybe at the door and like in the window. So if we remember the plan here, like there is a door and 2 big windows in front. So maybe that's where the light will be coming from. That means a lot of stuff will be in the shadow, but some things will have light on them, like this thing, for instance. Just trying to draw some of the light. Vin looked through my Instagram. Tons of interesting work. Keep it up. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you to take your time. Yeah, I haven't been posting this year that much. Don't know. It's a bit of a tough year this time. But in general, I'm quite happy with some of the stuff that I have there. The problem is, like, I've been drawing quite a lot this year, but haven't been posting, so that's, and you know, the longer you don't post, the more you kind of feel a little bit guilty, I guess, because, you know, you want to, or like you should kind of, but you don't. But yeah, I'll get over it, don't you worry. Let's add some more water, I think. Water is fun. Makes everything blur around and helps you pay less attention to how incredibly maybe inconsistent everything is, or just not the way you want it, or something like that. But with water, it just blurs in one mess. that's my way of dealing with problems. Just blur them. I mean, I should try to keep some of the places white, because if I want to have some, you know, glares of light, I can't really do it with watercolor afterwards. If everything is dark already, that's kind of the tricky part of working with watercolor. But I think I'm leaving in some places enough white so I can come back to it. I'll write just blur your problems in my notebook. Yeah, that's good general advice, I think. If you have a problem, spray some water on it first. See if it's blurrable. If you can blur your problem, then you should do that. Not all problems are blurrable, but some definitely are. Vlad. Oh my god, you're still drawing. Insane commitment. Hi Vlad. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Just started drawing and here we are still. I think my playlist is going like third time in a row already, because I never thought I would stream that long. Let's maybe switch to this one. I'm so happy that I got up in time for a stream today. It's been so much fun. Yeah, I'm happy you joined. It is much more fun with in a good company. I will just put some these little colored blobs around for the potions and call it today, I think. Also make some of this stuff look a little bit more glassy. I'm so very happy you woke in time for it. Yeah, that was also good. I'm also super happy you woke up to it, because you brought the whole Sweden kind of to the stream, and it's been insanely fun to have you guys here. Now let's get back to my playlist, I guess. Some red potion stuff. it's green potion stuff. Maybe with a little blue. Just to make it more interesting. Maybe some bottles are green. This can be a little greener. Maybe a little bluer as well. I think as long as it kind of hints to the origin of the object, you know, like you don't have to see the whole bottle, and as long as you can guess the basic shape, like, oh, that's probably a bottle, and that red dot in it is probably something that's in the bottle, you know. That's sometimes it's like that's good enough amount of information for the viewer to deduct kind of the rest of it. All right, I think we're getting to the point here where the stream should take a lunch break at least. Let's make this cat orange. That's an orange cat. I think that's good enough for now. Lunch is a good idea. Alright guys, I think I will call it a stream today. It took a little longer than usual, about twice as long, but we had good fun. And thank you very much for joining. That was great. If you draw something along, you know, post it on Instagram with hashtag PeaceCashBookStream, or post it on Discord. Anywhere is good. Let's get the links again. Yeah, I usually stream on Sunday mornings, so maybe I'll stream during the week a couple of times, but so far it's been really good in the mornings on Sunday. So if you wake up early enough, you're welcome to join along for the ride and draw something silly like this Potionmaker's shop. Alright, thanks guys for joining. I see you all next time. Have a good day and a good week, and thank you for following Deadlul. I'll praise the surprised snail. Take care guys, bye bye.